If you thought Major League Baseball had turned the corner and put the steroid era behind it, well, you are wrong. Steroids are back in full effect. A report from ESPN this week reveals that the league will seek to suspend about 20 players, including Alex Rodriguez and Ryan Braun, for their connection to a clinic in Florida that's at the heart of a performance-enhancing drug investigation. If these suspensions are made and upheld, it would make this the biggest PED scandal in the history of sports. Talk to me about this case. Are the players getting unfair scrutiny here? Is there anything about this that's unfair from a player perspective?
No, I don't think so. If they did a legitimate investigation and came up with the names.
So would you say it's unfair? Say A-Rod is found to be guilty of what he's accused of, and he loses that 100 games, and this is a guy who has a $250 million contract. Do you think that suspending him without pay would be the fair thing to do?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get their attention. I mean, you can't suspend somebody and just say, well, take 50 games off and we'll see you in 2 months.
Yeah,
I was a first offender too when I lied to baseball, and I've been suspended 24 years. So, and I did nothing to dicker with the integrity of the game of baseball. These guys today, when you enhance your body and do things like that, see, the sacred thing about baseball, guys, is its records. Now, see, I'm kind of the wrong guy to have on this phone conversation. Wouldn't it be nice if you could have Babe Ruth on this hookup, or wouldn't it be nice if you could have Roger Maris on this hookup? And of course, Hank Aaron won't talk about it. Those are the three guys that the steroid era kind of took care of their records. Those are the guys who would probably have some really interesting things to say. Now, if someone was connected to steroids and got 4,257 hits, I would have a lot of things to say. But as of right now, that really hasn't happened. And it's just like, you remember several years ago when that list of 103 names came out? The list didn't come out, but baseball said it had a list of 103 guys, and they checked 800. And the only guys' names that got out of that list was A-Rod's. I never did quite understand that either, how his name escaped that list, but no one else's did. Just like we're talking now, you're talking about 20 guys. You're talking about 20 guys, but you only mentioned the two. Who are the other 18?
Well, I think in the case of the second thing you mentioned, I think what's interesting to people is A-Rod is so high profile, Ryan Braun's so high profile, and they both vehemently denied it, even when there was strong evidence in the past. But how do you think A-Rod escaped the list before? You raised an interesting question. You said 103 names come out. A-Rod's the only one who escaped it. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like someone somewhere is not doing their job. I mean, you just can't let guys get away with this kind of thing if you're trying to uphold the integrity of the game of baseball.
Absolutely.
And you know as well as I, if guys want to get on drugs, they're going to beat the test. It's just the way it is. That's what I've been told. I don't know a damn thing about steroids, but they can get around it, and I think this guy's going to blow the whole thing wide open. It's just like last year. We thought this thing was cleaned up, and Colon gets caught, and Cabrera gets caught. I mean, anybody that thinks there's not steroids in baseball, I think is pissing up a rope right now. And I think this is a perfect indication that how wrong all the experts in baseball that think is cleaned up, they're not in that direction yet.